Sheila is brutal this time of night. It's Sheila Bronstein!
Thank you. You're so adorable, but you're going to catch a cold. You got a draft going up that back, sweetheart. Seriously, I've been looking at it all night. You know, I've been dead a long time. And that's a whole other story which you will hear. But every so often, like, the Jews don't believe in the heaven and the hell. We don't believe in that stuff. Once you're done, you're done. What do you need us around to write already, okay? So I don't know what the hell is going on, but every so often I get woken up. And the problem is that when you get woken up, you're in the same state that you were when you left. And let me tell you, wherever I am in spiritual void that is my afterlife, I only went to services twice a year. Maybe I missed some shit. I don't know. I don't know. But every so often, I hear a voice that tells me to come on down. The problem is, wherever I am, I can't get my nails done. I can't get my hair done. I don't know what in life I did to deserve it. However, the implants have stood firm. They have stood the test of time. My husband Saul, God rest Saul, my husband Saul, he wasn't a doctor, but he was the next best thing. He's in the plastics industry. Okay? So when I got my implants done, I know that the little piece of Saul was in me. Because he took his initials on every single one. SB Silicon and Sons, Long Island City, 11364. Oh, the good old days. But I am from Long Island. Anyone from Long Island? Yeah, here from Long Island. It's changed so much. I'm telling you, it's changed. The malls have food courts. I don't understand. There's all kinds of different people where I used to live. I don't understand. You know, I mean, at least, I don't know, there's like a nail salon every 5 feet. I wish I could come back and stay, but I can't. Because every so often I come down and then I go back. And then I wake up another few years later with a few more feathers out of my boa. I don't know how much longer this outfit's going to last. But lest you get me wrong, I worked 3 days a week at the plastics factory just to get out of the house. I didn't need the work. Saul did very well. He did very well. But this is not my work outfit. I'm telling you, ever since, the last time I came back, they closed Casual Corner. So, the amount of pantsuits in my life is seriously lacking. I should have buried them with me. I know they would have stayed. A pine box decays. But 30% polyester, 60% viscose, 10% lycra is forever. You environmentalists, take notes. All you kids with the green, okay? I don't do that. This is where I was when I left for good in 1986. It was New Year's Eve, okay? A holiday much like this one, except really not. But what do I know? I've been drinking. I figured I could do it. I can afford it now. I still look good. I'm wearing the dress I wore when I was alive. Come on. Although, even in death, I still cannot lose this extra 20 pounds. What's that all about? What, because I didn't go to Mass or something? Because I didn't go to Mass? Come on, you look Catholic. Is that because I didn't go to Mass? I have to go to Mass? I don't know. You think there'd be a Lucille Roberts in heaven, but apparently there's not. What's with the curves? I don't understand the curves. I don't know. You run, you sweat, you go, you sweat, you go. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. I have to wear a glove on my ass. I am not touching that. I am not touching that. So my husband, Saul, and I went to a party, as was our wont, okay? We got in the car. We got in our nice Cadillac. 4 doors, plush, very, very nice. I had vacuumed once a week by the boy down the block who was saving up to go to MIT. Very nice. And we drive to a party in Hewitt. You know Hewitt? Hewitt? Very nice. Very, very nice. They do very well. Very well. And we drove to a party in Hewitt, okay, in our Cadillac, which is a lovely, very safe American vehicle. Okay, and Linda was having this party, okay? My friend Linda, all right? Linda Weinstein was having this very lovely party. Her and Nikki throw a party every year, but this year, I think they had a little too much shivas, because they're not drinkers. They're not drinkers. Someone gave him a bottle of shivas. He doesn't know from Scotch. What does he know from Scotch? He's a Jew. Okay, someone gave him shivas. They drank a little too much shivas. Then they decided that they were going to be swingers. Okay? You got a bunch of middle-aged Jews sitting in a sunken living room in Hewitt wanting to be swingers in the middle of winter. They're playing Cyndi Lauper. She's such a nice girl. Seriously, so lovely, so lovely. You know, I never understood the waffle on the head, but she seemed so sweet. She really did. And they were playing the Cindy Lauper on this year. I thought, we're just going to have a nice time. We're going to talk, we're going to mingle, we're going to have a cheese puff. The shivas. It was the shivas. And so we all sat around, and she said, hey, why don't we try an experiment? We'll put all our keys into a basket. I was like, who does this? Who does this? Jews don't give away their car keys. I know what you're going to spill on my upholstery. I don't think so. But, you know, so I said, you know, honey, loosen up. It's not going to be 1986 again for a long time. He thought so. So we put all our keys into a bucket, and we take out the keys, and I'm very, very nervous at this point, very nervous, okay? And I pull out a set of keys, and it does not belong to Saul, even though he has that giant foot from the podiatrist on his keychain. There's this giant foam foot. He always wants his keys, and he had corn. So we have the keychain. And we have a giant foot. I don't know how I missed the giant foot. I don't know. I think Nancy gave me some scotch. And I don't know from scotch either. None of us did. The stuff is terrible. It was nasty. I had to eat extra dip. To get the taste out of my mouth, you shouldn't know. It's probably why I got the extra pounds that I can't shake off even in death. Crab dip goes to your head. And so I got the keys. I got the keys of my next door neighbor, David, which was fortunate. David is a dentist. Very nice. Does very well. Does very good. You see? Even in death. The caps is superb. You know, so we got the keys, and he said, let's go to my car. I said, all right. And Saul's off making off with Susie. Susie, the little whore who's the secretary in David's office. And I know they're stripping on the chairs, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything to his wife, Stephanie, who used to be a dear friend of mine. I can't stand her. She's a total bitch. But, you know, it's not my business. My business? No. Not my business. Not for me. Not for me to know. Okay? So I go off with her husband, who's been stripping the secretary. God only knows. And I go into his car, and I notice that he's got this Mercedes. I said, how could you buy a Mercedes? Jewish people don't drive German cars. And he said, I like it. I don't care. So I get into the Mercedes, and we start making out. I haven't made out since 1964. 1964. All right? The lipstick has been perfect ever since. And we start making out. And then I notice, I hear the foot keychain. I hear it going squeak, squeak, squeak in the distance. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And it's Saul running out to the car. I said, what's going on? We're just making out. And he's running to the car, and he's got the shivers, and he has dip on his face. And he runs over to the hood of the car, and in a panic, David slams on the accelerator, and it plows into a tree, and it throws Saul off into the windshield, and he lands on my head, and then we die. Jews should not buy German cars. Thank you. It's time for me to go back.
Sheila Bronstein, ladies and gentlemen. With the absolutely 100% true story of why Jews should not buy German cars. Sheila Bronstein, ladies and gentlemen. All right.